thank you. You've been a wonderful host. We've been filming many of these things at your fine facility here.
Loved having you.
It's been a delight working with you on all this. And one last question. So have you read any good books lately?
Oh, I have. I just read a book called Switch. It's all about changing things when change is hard by the Heath brothers. I don't know if you've read this book.
Never heard of this.
But
is it available on Amazon?
It is available. I have it on my Kindle. I downloaded it from Amazon.
Okay.
So, but you know, it really looks at how organizations and people change, and gives you a lot of good theories. One of them I loved was the theory of bright spots. You know, so often when we're trying to change, we go, "What's not working?" and we focus our attention to what's not working.
You know, I see the same thing. I really know every community I'm in Ohio, and you can drop me anywhere in Ohio and take the blindfolds off, and I can tell you right away who the power brokers are and where to go have lunch, including where to go have lunch in Nelsonville. But everybody badmouths their home community, I think, too much. I've seen this so often. They talk about their problems and not about their bright spots. And
so if you look at the bright spots and you look at why they're working, then you can start replicating that sort of success. And so you know, it's a really interesting read. That's been one. I also just finished Lean In, which I thought was wonderful for young women to contemplate leadership and to be more confident in what they're doing.
And here's a question. Should I read?
You should. I made my husband read it.
Okay.
I've probably bought 4 or 5 people copies of that book. Yeah.
Okay.
You know, 3 years ago, maybe so, 3 or 4, someone asked me, you know, what's balance for you? And basically my answer was, well, I just love my work and that's all I do and I'm happy and I feel like that's balanced. And over time I've come to have a new definition of balance, and it's really, is energy going towards what I value? And so it's not sort of an hour or a time or a schedule, but I value my family. Do I feel like good energy is going there? I value creative activities. Or is it going there? My church,
very insightful.
Into some of the hiking and things we like to do, plus the work. And so instead of trying to think 9 to 5, 8 to, you know, whatever.
That's very
to just
wise.
Look at that piece. But, you know, I think these things need continued thought. And one of the things that's coming out of that book, Lean In, that we mentioned, are sort of lean in circles where women and others are getting together and kind of talking about what does balance mean in our work. And for people like us that are more in a social service thing where it's a mission, it is a vocation, it is a passion.
It's not a job.
How do you find a sense of other things, you're giving to other things that matter too?
You know, and I'll conclude with this. Many years ago, I was introducing Dr. Phil Shriver, former president of Miami University, to the General Assembly. And he was speaking at the session, and he ignored the 99 members of the General Assembly and spoke only to the kids gathered up in the balcony. And what he said was, there are 34,000 job opportunities out there. Do not get a job where you say, thank God it's Friday. Get yourself some sort of career where you go, oh, it's Sunday night, that means that Monday I get to go back to work, and I really love what I do. He said, don't do just a job. Never say the phrase, thank God it's Friday. You should find yourself something that you just can't wait to dig into every single workday.
I agree with that wholeheartedly.
And you know what? The General Assembly was just sitting there, and they did not know what to do because he was completely ignoring them and only speaking to about the 300 or 400 school kids gathered up in the balcony. It's burnt into my retinas, shall we say. It was a very interesting experience.